I need that ball back as quick as possible. The two best custom tactics I would use. All right, now let's bring you to the custom tactic. The popular one that everyone is using, right, would be drop back, and you've seen it, one depth. Now, this right here, it's not what it seems like. One depth, you would think that, oh, you're basically like, I don't know, Swansea going away to Man City, but it's really not. One depth keeps your team really, really compact, you know? I would recommend it. I play one depth myself, just so that there is no through balls in behind the back line. There's no space behind your defense, then no one can run into the space. Majority of the time, your opposition is forced to play in front of you. Now, the width is, I would say, just leave it on a balanced width, so 5 or 4 or even 6, you know? So fluctuate between these three, you know? And obviously you will find one that fits you perfectly, because we all have different play styles. We move on to the offense. I will play it balanced. I have gone through a lot of these, you know? Fast build-up, the issue with fast build-up is your team, the transition they push up on, FIFA has got this wrong. Now everyone moves forward, so like you cannot build up in a slow fashion, even though sometimes you need to have the balance between slow and fast. So I wouldn't recommend fast build up. No. Possession is alright. I normally use this when I'm defending a lead. So my players don't make runs in behind. They will normally show for the ball, meaning that I can retain possession better. And lastly, long ball. Once again, I wouldn't really recommend this one. I feel like once again, the players are too far away from each other, you know? So you're playing as if, I don't know, like you don't even have a controller. Everyone's just making runs, you're just hoofing it. You're not really gonna find success with long ball. Now, balanced is the perfect way, I would say, you know? Just balance, just gives you everything. You can play a long ball, you can play possession, you can play fast build-up. It gives you everything. Now, the width here, once again, between 4 and 6. Now, I will normally play 5, you know, or you could play 6 or 4. But I would say stay in that radius. Now, players in the box. Okay, this is a really interesting one. The meta of the game always changes. So the meta now, I would say keep it to preferably 7. 7 would be a good number, because like once again, you are going to score a lot of your goals from crosses. Now, before the meta had changed, I would say maybe 3, players in the box 3, because where the goals were coming from were preferably outside the box with a first time finesse shot. However, things have changed and here we are now. However, due to the latest update on FIFA, the first time finesse shots are back. However, the crosses are still here as well. So I would recommend maybe 4. So this would, 4 to 5 should give you a balance between players in the box and players outside the box. The corners and free kicks, once again, this isn't really pivotal. It's not something that, oh, if I have to, that's completely fine. I would recommend just having 3 on both, and that would be completely fine. There's no detriment to having 1 or having it higher. If you do lower it to 2 or even 1, you're going to see less players in the box attacking. And if you higher it, you're going to see the more players in the box attacking your set piece. Now, I think all in all, I would also move on to the second custom tactic. I would say the one I use is press after possession lost. When I want to dominate the ball, so once I lose the ball, I need that ball back as quick as possible, because I need the ball to play, right? However, some players, they might lose the ball and think like, okay, I'm going to let my opposition have it, I'm going to get in shape. I would rather lose the ball, get it straight back. One depth again, another thing, we can't go away from one depth. This is key. One depth. The reason why I put one depth on press after possession loss, because the back line pushes up so quickly. I need the original, where the starting position of the back line is going to push up from, is not going to be too high. So if I had like 5 depth and I lose the ball, my back line is already at the halfway line. So when we all push up as a team, my back line is probably going to be just above the center circle in the opposition's half, meaning a ball can be played in behind. However, when it's on one depth, my backline starting position would be maybe just in front of my D. So when we all push up as a team, my backline ends up at the halfway line. With this being said, it's hard for their opposition to play a ball from their backline all the way over to my backline when my backline is already at the halfway line. Once again, the offensive style, you just leave it unbalanced. I would say the width between 4 and 6, once again, the stay in that radius, which is key. The players in the box, roughly the same as well, you know. Just have it balanced because you want the first time finish shot and you also want the cross. Now, with this being said, these custom tactics, press after possession loss, the drop back one depth, I would say personally are the two best custom tactics I would use. The last but not least is one that not many people go for, but I personally think it's a really good custom tactic, is the balanced balance. Now, balanced again, as you can see, we're seeing similar patterns here. One depth, the same width, the same offensive style. You just keep everything the same, but balanced gives you a more free-flowing play. So with drop back, your team's going to be a bit more counter-attacking. With press after possession loss, your team's going to be more attacking. So balance will just give you a balanced play style. So if you're a new player playing FIFA and you just want to get into it without having to think about too much, balanced, one depth with a width between 4 to 6, offensive style unbalanced between width between 4 to 6, players in the box 4 to 6. Once again, this is a great custom tactics, I would say, for you to just starting off and just get a feel of the game, you know, just to learn what suits you. And obviously from there on, you might think, oh, in your games on Foot Champs, you're not winning the ball as high up as you want, then you move on to press after possession loss. Or you might feel, I'm conceding a bit too many goals, I want a more compact defense, then you move on to drop back. All those three from custom tactics that I've given to you covers all play styles, you know? I feel like it's ideal to choose the one that suits you best.